Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn Commerce with Namita. I am Namita Mane. In today's video, let us try to understand what is paying banker and collecting banker. So without wasting time, let's start the session. First of all, we need to try to understand where these two banks are involved. It is involved in check transaction. So what is check? A check is an instrument. Check is what? Check is an instrument used by customers of bank to withdraw their deposit from bank. So check is what? Check is an instrument. This instrument is used by whom? It is used by customers. And whose customers? The bank customer. That means the account holder. And why customers or account holder use this check? They use this check to withdraw their deposit from their bank account. Now in check transaction, how many parties are involved? Total there are 3 parties involved in check. First is drawer, second is drawee, third is payee. Now drawer means the person who draws the check, that is the maker of the check. Next is drawee. Drawee means the person on whom the check is drawn. Payee. Payee means the person who receives the payment. Now along with these 3 parties which are involved in check transaction, there are 2 bankers involved. So in check transaction there are 2 bankers involved, and they are paying banker and collecting banker. So total there are 5 parties involved in check transaction: drawer, drawee, payee, and 2 banks. First is paying banker and second is collecting banker. Now let's try to understand what is paying banker. Now the paying banker means the banker on whom the check is drawn. Paying banker means on whom the check is drawn, or the banker who is required to pay the check drawn on him by a customer is called as paying banker. Paying banker means on whom the check is drawn, and paying banker is the one who is required to pay the check amount drawn on him. And who draws the check? The customer draws the check. Now it also refers to the banker who holds the account of the drawer of the check and is obligated, means it is the responsibility of the paying banker to make the payment of check. Now let's try to understand paying banker with one example. Now suppose if Mr. A draws a check to Mr. B. The value of check is 10,000. A draws a check to whom? To B. The value of check is how much? 10,000 rupees. In short, A is giving check to whom? To B. Now A is having a saving account in HDFC Bank, and B is having a saving account in Axis Bank. Clear? A draws a check to B. The value of the check is 10,000. A is having a saving account in HDFC Bank and B is having a saving account in Axis Bank. Now B is the customer of Axis Bank. So B deposits the check. B deposits the check in Axis Bank. Now what is the duty of Axis Bank? The Axis Bank's duty is to collect the amount of this 10,000 from Mr. A's account. Mr. A's account is in which bank? In HDFC Bank. So what is the duty of Axis Bank? To collect the amount from Mr. A's bank, that is HDFC Bank. So why Axis Bank is collecting the amount? Because it is the statutory duty of Axis Bank to collect the value of 10,000 for his customer. Okay, so who is the customer of Axis Bank? B's bank. B is the customer of Axis Bank. Okay, so now here Axis Bank will collect the amount from A's bank, that is HDFC Bank. Now HDFC Bank will pay the money. To whom? To Axis Bank. Okay, so now here HDFC Bank will be called as paying banker. Why? Because the check amount, to clear the check, the HDFC Bank will pay the money to whom? To Axis Bank, that is B's bank. So Axis Bank is called as collecting banker, because Axis Bank is going to collect this 10,000 from A's bank. That is why it is called as collecting banker, and HDFC Bank will be called as paying banker. Why? Because it is going to pay the money, means pay 10,000 to whom? To Axis Bank. So HDFC Bank is the paying banker and Axis Bank is the collecting banker. That's why paying banker refers to whom? Refers to the banker who holds the account of the drawer of the check. So in this example, Mr. A draws the check to Mr. B. That is why Mr. A is what? The drawer. So paying banker, that is HDFC Bank, is the one who holds the account of the drawer. Okay, and is obligated. Obligated means it is the duty of the paying banker to make the payment of the check. So HDFC Bank, it is the duty of HDFC Bank to pay the money to whom? To the Axis Bank. That is why the paying banker on whom the check is drawn, or the banker who is required to pay the check drawn on him by the customer, is called as paying banker. Okay, now what is collecting banker? Now collecting banker is the one who undertakes to collect the amount of a check for his customer from the paying banker. Now here Axis Bank is called as collecting banker. So Axis Bank is the one who undertakes to collect the amount for his customer, that is Mr. B, from the paying banker, is called as collecting banker. A collecting banker is the one who undertakes to collect the amount of a check for his customer from the paying banker. So this is the meaning of collecting banker. Thank you. I hope you have understood today's session. Thank you very much. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notification.